Fairfield's Chamber of Commerce allowed constituents to ask state legislators questions on issues currently affecting the state. One of the key topics brought up by constituents, other than the labor shortage, was the tax reform bill. A Fairfield school board member shared their concerns on the possible effect the tax proposal would have on the education system.
What I'd like to know is how we can be assured that we're going to begin with this new tax plan, that there's not going to be a fiscal crisis in public education. And I'm quite concerned that with this new tax proposal, that the stability of even the limited funds that we've provided is going to evaporate.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' budget proposal includes a 2.5% increase in state funds given towards public schools. The 2.5% is based on public schools enrollment on a per-pupil basis.
I'm pretty confident that we're not going to necessarily have a big educational crisis. We have given over $1 billion in new money in the last decade to public schools. We're going to get another $150 million in an increase this year. So I think when we talk about percentages, 2.5% might not sound like a lot, but it's $150 million.
We had more money. We could all do more with more, right? But that's not what is possible.
I think what Joe said is absolutely correct. Over the last 10 years, we've devoted $1 billion new dollars to education. And when you include...
You don't feel it, Jeff.
Excuse me, may I finish? May I finish?
Sure.
Thank you. So I think it's, when you add the property tax revenue, that's another $1 billion that's been added to public education over the last 10 years.
But in the 2020 to 2021 school year, Iowa school districts saw a decline in student enrollment. School districts impacted by the decline of student enrollments would have had to raise property taxes to make up for a drop in funding due to not meeting the state enrollment number requirement.
Now, when I'm talking about school funding, what's most important for the legislature to do is to set state law. Now, House File 802 prohibits the use of critical race theory text and divisive context in the classroom. Your 8th grade social studies teacher decided not to follow that state law. When we wrote a law banning mask mandates in school, your district decided to follow a federal judge. So if you want more funding, maybe you should go to the federal judge for more funding. If you're going to want the legislature to fund you, I can't in good conscience follow any institution that's not going to follow state law. That's what our parents expect. Parents are beyond frustrated right now that they have to send their kid to school and be indoctrinated by why being a white person is a bad thing. I am not going to I'm not going to spend a single dollar on an institution that is not going to follow Iowa law.
Reporting from Fairfield, this is Les Molina, KTVO.